Welcome to Tessellations, where we serve you GIS in small bites. Today we'll be covering ArcGIS Pro, working with color ramps. Let's get started. I'm here in Harris County, Texas, and I'm looking at some census data. I have some unemployment parameters that have been given a score, and I'd like to customize my color ramps, or also known as color schemes in ArcGIS Pro. So first let's look into navigating the color schemes. We can simply right-click, and you'll notice that there's a drop-down. From here, I can see all available color schemes, as well as their names. By default, this is unchecked, but you can simply check these boxes and reopen to view these drop-downs. Now I'd like to also introduce something that ArcGIS Pro has added to their color schemes. Many may not be aware, but Cividis is a color scheme that was scientifically created to assist with those with color vision deficiency. Here we have the new color scheme. The color scheme is designed to be both uniform in hue and brightness, with brightness changing linearly. However, we'll be utilizing a custom color scheme today, so I'm going to simply undo or Control-Z this color ramp. To change the color scheme, I can go back to right-clicking, but I'll be doing this from the symbology pane, because I have a lot more options, including how I wish to label my upper and lower parts of the ramp. If I go to the More tab, I can reverse my values, as well as show statistics. This can be very useful in helping you determine if you want to have particular breaks where you'll have your ramping. Another useful feature is if you happen to have a normalization ratio, you can apply that here as long as it's in one of your fields in the layer. Returning to the color scheme, I'm going to select Format Color Scheme. There's a lot to unpack here. You have markers that you can add and remove by simply using the plus or X. If I add a marker, I have the option to change the color within it. Just be sure to use logical color changes. If I decide that I don't need a break or a particular color, I can hit the X to remove it easily. I can also decide to evenly distribute my color stops, depending on how the data is looking. You can set the color changing algorithm, and each of these have a different polar direction, or basically the pathway in which the color ramp will change. Does it travel the shortest distance in the color wheel, or does it navigate the long way? We have the option here with this symbol to also reverse our color scheme. We can change our color scheme from continuous to discrete, meaning that we have clearly defined color breaks. We can also do random and multi-part. With a multi-part color scheme, you can have a combination of discrete or continuous. And if I'd like to make individual changes, I can click on the pencil. Here I can add or remove markers and change my colors, as well as set transparency. To back out, use the arrow. As for the continuous color scheme, you're only provided 2 marker points for that gradient. You can change the colors and the transparency, as well as your algorithm and polar direction. Navigating back to the color scheme editor, I'm going to be utilizing a continuous color scheme, and I'd like it to be evenly distributed. I chose my custom colors by using a browser and typing color picker, and then copying the hex code. I'll do the same for my bottom color. Since I'd like to repeat this, I'm going to go ahead and save it to a style. When you save a color scheme, you can give it a name, category, tags, and even save it to a particular style. Click OK, and then click OK again. Once you've finished up in the symbology area, you can go ahead and close, because all your changes would have already been applied. To recap, we've covered how you can easily reverse your color scheme, as well as the values in the symbology pane. We used statistics to assist with our color ramping, and we even saved a style for future use. I think this is a great stopping point. This has been Tessellations, where we serve you GIS in small bites. Thank you for watching, and please be sure to visit us at www.tessellations.us. Also, subscribe and ring that bell.